Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Good morning. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the big day. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Friday the 13th of November 2020. Friday the 13th. Oh, no. Well, you know, if ever there was going to be a day that I was going to get the PlayStation 5, it would just have to be Friday the 13th, wouldn't it? Of course. You know, the luckiest day of the year. So, hello everyone and welcome to what undoubtedly is going to be an epic, hype-fueled, adrenaline-packed day of streaming for me. Okay? Because there's two main reasons why this is what it is today. The first is that today is the premiere of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, a game that I played both the alpha and the beta for, and I actually really enjoyed the multiplayer. I felt this game is a throwback to the classic Black Ops 1 and 2, which I really liked playing online. I used to do sets of these games online all the time, and it used to be a major part of my content until the more recent Call of Duties in recent years, where I actually feel that the franchise kind of fell off and just didn't feel so good anymore. In reality, I feel that it kind of dropped off almost and wasn't nearly as good as previous. So, the good news here is, I played this one, and I felt it was great. They removed all the gimmicks and nonsense, like the stupid classes that have special fucking superhero-like abilities. There's no double jumping. There's no wall running. It's just straight up first-person shooter combat, which is what I've been waiting for quite some time. So I'm excited because today the game officially comes out. And that means not only will I be playing on the maps from the beta, but I'll also be playing all the new maps. I don't know how many there are, but it should be fun. I really enjoyed the multiplayer of this game, and I'm looking forward to officially getting into the real game today, right now on stream. Okay? Now, of course, there's always an issue when it comes to multiplayer games on release day. Will this actually work? Or am I going to boot this game up, go to play it online, and the servers are crapping out and everything? I don't know. We're about to find out, okay? So, worst case scenario. If I try to play this right now and it does not work, I'll be switching over and doing the campaign. And I know that's not what we want to do. That's not what I want to do right now, and that's not what you want to see. I'll be just as disappointed as you, but it is what it is. We got to do what's available, right? So hopefully the multiplayer works. I really hope the multiplayer works. But if it doesn't, then we'll do the campaign. All right? Now you may be saying, oh, that's great, but what's the late stream tonight, and what else is going on today? Well, the truth of the matter is I can't tell you. And here's why. Because right now, my PlayStation 5 is sitting at an Amazon carrier facility. What does that mean? It means this is a facility where delivery trucks load up, drive out, and deliver packages. It's been sitting there since 2 a.m. this morning. I've been tracking the status of this thing overnight, and it's supposed to be coming today. It's sitting in a facility. I'm not even kidding you, one town over from me. I know where the facility is. I've driven by it a million times. They just need to load it onto the truck and bring it over here. Okay? So, even when they do that, that's when I'll be actually covering the PS5. Alright? Right now, I have no information that it's even on a truck yet. So, they have until 10 p.m. tonight to deliver this thing. If I'm first on their route, maybe I'll get it during this stream. Maybe we'll be able to, during the Call of Duty stream, stop everything, drop everything, switch it over to a PlayStation 5 live unboxing stream, hook the sucker up, get it working for the very first time, which, by the way, I have made preparations for this. I have an HDCP copy protection bypass system so that the very first time that I boot up my PlayStation 5, you guys can see it. Now, I know that sounds weird, because most people are like, well, what's the big deal? Why can't you just boot the console up, disable the copy protection, HDCP it's called, and then do it that way? Well, I could, but then you guys are going to miss the whole initial setup. Me booting it up, seeing what the dashboard looks like the very first time, settings, setup, you'll miss all that because you won't be able to see it because of the copy protection that's enabled by default. So I'm going to try to attempt to use my HDCP bypass setup to see all of that live. All right. Once the console is set up, we've got to mess around with the audio. And this, sadly, is going to be one of the major detriments and setbacks of the PlayStation 5, I believe, because from what I found out overnight, speaking to tons of different people on the internet, and I want to say shout out to anyone who did talk to me overnight and tried to help me out with the situation, because there were quite a few people who did. It seems like PlayStation 5 is a step back when it comes to audio if you are a gameplay streamer or someone who captures from your console. I don't really want to get into major detail about it here on the pre-stream, because I guarantee you I'm going to talk a lot about it later today when I try to get my PlayStation 5 to work with the stream. It's going to piss me off. Okay? So, we'll see how it goes, but I get the feeling there will be a little bit of setup difficulty. Alright? And I will let you know, obviously, how it goes during the live stream when I'm trying to get this thing working. Chances are today I am not getting surround sound out of my PlayStation 5. I'll be doing stereo sound. You guys will hear stereo sound. So at least we'll have sound. I already have ordered an adapter to see if tomorrow I can actually get 3D audio out of the thing. But I don't know if it'll work or not, because I've absolutely never attempted to use this before. Ever. So I don't know how it's going to work. It might work. It might not work at all. I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. So I guess we'll see. Alright. Chances are, for now, it's just going to be stereo audio until some kind of a workaround, a major workaround is figured out by streamers. Right now, apparently, no, there has not been a workaround discovered by streamers yet. But again, we'll talk about this later today. I don't feel the need to go into mass detail about it on the pre-stream here. Okay? So anyway, we're going to go through all of that. Unboxing, hooking it up, the initial boot, setting it up, getting the settings working, getting the thing working online, going online, starting to download games, because as I told you guys, the games I'm most interested in covering are as follows. Bug Snacks, Demon's Souls, and Spider-Man Miles Morales. To be quite frank, I really could not care about Godfall or Sackboy or, Astro is the game that comes with it. So obviously that's kind of neat that there's a game that comes with it, booted already, or installed already on the console. So obviously that's something I'll check out. I don't know if I'll check that out right away. I guess we'll see. But all that, be messing around with all of that. And then that's going to be, my coverage of it for today. Just kind of messing around with the console. Now, tomorrow, since by tomorrow I'm guaranteed to have the PlayStation 5. Alright, tomorrow is Saucy Saturday. Saucy. What does that mean? It means I am making a pot of homemade Italian sauce tomorrow. So my stream is actually going to start a little bit later than usual tomorrow because I'm going to be making a pot of sauce. But tomorrow is also my first ever full coverage day of PlayStation 5. Alright? So what does that mean? It means tomorrow I am not setting a schedule of what I'm going to be doing on the stream. What I can guarantee you is that no matter what I'm doing tomorrow, it'll be PlayStation 5 new release coverage. Okay? Because what I want to do is just kind of boot the console up tomorrow with you guys live on stream and say, what do you want to do? You want to dabble in some Demon's Souls? You want to jump into New York City and swing through the city as Miles Morales? Do you want to check out Bug Snacks or Astro? Do you want to maybe have me load in a game like Black Ops Cold War or Assassin's Creed Valhalla and compare the performance of those games on the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5 with haptic feedback on the controller of the DualSense? What do you want to do? I'm going to leave it completely open tomorrow, and what I'm hoping is tomorrow we'll do a ton of stuff. Instead of it being a day where it's mainly, okay, a 3-hour stream of this game and a 2-hour stream of this game. Instead, I get the feeling we're going to be flipping between games a lot. Try out this game, try out that game, try this, try that. See, you know what I mean? See how it is on PS5, man. And that's what it's going to be. Okay? Now, when I make a pot of Italian sauce, typically my stream starts a little later, and I am expecting that tomorrow, that my stream will probably start an hour later or so. At the same time, usually I stream a little bit on the later side on days when I make my pot of sauce. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But it's the perfect day to do it since I'm not setting a schedule of what games I'm covering. It doesn't mean, it's not like, oh, I'm missing out on an hour of gameplay from this game that I promised today, because I'm not going to be doing that anyway. Okay? So, that being said, once the dust settles a bit, once I get my PS5 today and we do all the setup stuff, once tomorrow I have a full day of PlayStation 5 initial coverage. All right? On Sunday, that's when I'm planning to kind of have this thing settle in back to a normal schedule, and we'll figure out what I want to do. I'll do 2 major streams on Sunday. One will be the first stream at 10:15 a.m. Pacific time. One will be the late stream at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. What will it be? I don't know. It'll primarily be up to you guys. What do you like over the course of this weekend that I had? And, you know, what do you want to see me continue? Or what do you want to see me jump into further? Is it more multiplayer in Black Ops Cold War? Is it more Demon's Souls? Is it more Spider-Man? Is it more Bug Snacks? Is it more Assassin's Creed? Is it, you know, we'll have many options. Many options. So, that is how it's going to go. All right? That's the weekend. Essentially, today, it's Black Ops Cold War until the PS5 shows up. When it shows up, all the setup stuff and initial impressions and checking out games when I can, if I could download them. Tomorrow, my first major full day of coverage, although it will start a little later than usual because I'm making a pot of homemade sauce. At the same time, we'll be trying a variety of games live on the stream all day long to see how the PS5 fares. And then on Sunday, we'll have 2 actual set streams of gameplay. We just have to determine what that's going to be based on Saturday's results. Same thing on Monday. There'll be another double stream day, okay? And then Tuesday is my day off for the coming week. So, yes, this is it. It's finally here, guys. I know it's been a wait. A lot of people have been so highly anticipating PS5. It's finally here for me, at least. I know many of you got your PlayStation 5s yesterday, and you've been dabbling with it, and many of you have given me feedback. Some people are saying they really like the haptic feedback of the DualSense controller. They do feel like it adds something to the games, and someone actually said, I don't like it. It feels to me like the controller's a little sticky, or like they're actually trying to make it kind of annoying or a hindrance. I don't really like it that much. So that's interesting to get that kind of feedback, because we have not heard that kind of feedback from anyone, simply because people were not allowed to give that kind of feedback about the PlayStation 5 who got it early. They were under an embargo that said you can't criticize the system. So because of that, they couldn't say shit. Now we're actually getting honest feedback about it, and I'm very, very excited to get my hands on the DualSense and give you my opinions on it once I get to play a variety of games with it. Okay? Most people seem to really like the fact that not only are games booting with nearly no load times, but that they're buttery smooth transition. Every game seems to be running at a high frame rate. That's all good to me. That certainly sounds great to me because, I mean, let's be honest here. Previous console gens, usually that's not the case. Usually the launch titles are quite bad. A lot of them end up having a choppy frame rate for the sacrifice of getting better visuals. And if we actually have a console gen where most of the games are running at a great frame rate, I would be ecstatic, honestly, because the higher the frame rate, the easier it is to react to things in the game, and the better experience I have with games. That's just my personal take. I like games with a higher frame rate, especially a game like Demon's Souls where you need to react to shit right away. I mean, yes, give me a higher frame rate, please. Okay? So, let's see what happens. Also, it is official. This morning, I have cleared away space in my entertainment center setup for the PlayStation 5, and I have officially retired the Xbox 360 from my gaming setup. Now let's be honest here. The Xbox 360 had a good run. It ran the entire last console gen. When it was Xbox 360 versus PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360 was my go-to console. I played most games on it. I absolutely loved the interface. I loved the quality of the voice chat. Everything about Xbox Live, it was a really good console in my opinion. I actually really enjoyed the controller, right? To the point where I played almost every cross-platform game on Xbox 360, and the whole internet told me I was an Xbox fanboy. But then, when the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One came out, I felt that the PlayStation 4 was the superior gaming system, and I played this last console gen. I played most cross-platform games on the PlayStation 4 because I felt... I just got an update from Amazon. Hold on, guys. I just got an update on the PlayStation 5. I'm going to check it in a second. But anyway, I felt the interface of the PlayStation 4, the features of the PlayStation 4, and everything were better. In fact, in this console gen, the only thing that I felt was inferior about PlayStation 4 was the controller. I honestly felt the controller wasn't as good. I actually liked the feel of the Xbox One controller compared to the feel of the PS5 controller, okay? But outside of that, I definitely thought the PlayStation 4 was a superior console. So, of course, now this last console gen, I was told I'm a Sony fanboy. It's like, huh? Wait, what? How can I be both? How can I be a fanboy for one? You know what I mean? I don't even know how people could say. I don't get it. I just don't get it. All right, so it's official. As of 10:46 a.m., which was 15 minutes ago, well, 16 minutes ago, my PlayStation 5 is out for delivery. Now, I just want you guys not to get your hopes up. All right? Do not get your hopes up. Because here's why. Even though it's out for delivery, that does not mean that I'm the first in the schedule. It could very much mean I'm the last in the schedule. They have a full truck of stuff to deliver, and it doesn't mean that they're coming here within the next 10 minutes. I mean, it could. It could actually mean they're coming here within the next 10 minutes, but it doesn't mean they are. Okay? So just don't jump the gun here. I know some people will be like, oh my god, that means you're going to have it in like 20 minutes and we can do the unboxing, right? No. Chances are we're going to get some gameplay in of Cold War. We'll do, and then maybe during this very stream, maybe the PlayStation 5 will get delivered. If it does, great. I'd be very happy to do the unboxing or whatever then. But let's not get our hopes up. Let's relax. And let's have a good Cold War stream. And when it shows up, it shows up. Okay? Fair enough? Okay. So anyway, yes. My Xbox 360, I have kept here in my entertainment center. And over the last 6 years that I've lived here, I played it. I say the first 2 to 3 years that I lived here, I actually used it a good amount. Whenever I wanted to go back and play a classic game, I booted it up on my Xbox 360, whether it was digitally or I actually owned the disc. But what happened was, over the last few years, I'll be honest, Microsoft stepped it up. They made it so that the vast majority of Xbox 360 games were backwards compatible on the Xbox One. And since that was actually instituted, all right, now I don't use the Xbox 360 at all anymore. In fact, this is funny. I was going to unhook my 360. I said, wait a minute, is there a disc in there? And I opened it up, and ladies and gentlemen, the last time that I played Xbox 360, I played Saw 2. Okay? Saw 2. That game was inside the console. Do you guys remember when I played Saw 2? I think, now don't quote me on this, wasn't this 2 to 3 Halloweens ago? Right? I'm almost positive it was either Halloween 2018 or maybe even Halloween 2017 that I played Saw 2. So, that, you know what I mean? That's the last time I used my Xbox 360. Now, I think before then, wasn't it Scarface? I think it was Scarface was the other playthrough that I had done on Xbox 360. Right? So, you're talking 2 to 3 years ago was the last time I touched this console. So it really doesn't need to be in my setup anyway. It's sitting here collecting dust and, oh my god. Yeah, you want to say collecting dust? It was, ugh. There's 6 years of dust there. I just cleaned it, thank God. And it was hilarious because as I'm cleaning this up, I found a random charge cable for like a wireless headset that I don't have anymore. So I threw that out. And I also found the power adapter for the PlayStation VR still plugged in. Even though the PSVR has been put away for like 2 years in my closet. The power adapter was still there. I didn't even realize it. So I cleaned that up. So now I have a giant space. All that I have on the bottom of my entertainment center right now is the PlayStation 3. And I have pushed that all the way to the right. So I've got a giant open air space for the PlayStation 5. This thing is getting basically the best treatment out of all my consoles. This thing is going to be the new baby. And it's going to be sitting there nicely aired out so that it doesn't overheat. Okay, so there you go. Yes, I am ready for the arrival of my PlayStation 5 today. It is out for delivery. There you go. And that's really it, guys. I want to say thank you in advance for the people who were patient. You know, originally I was supposed to cover this thing yesterday and didn't work out, but at least only 1 day delay is not a big deal. I apologize in advance. We may have issues getting it working with my setup because my setup only does 1080p. It will not do 1440. It will not do 4K. It will only do 1080p. So because of that, I'm going to have to mess with this thing to get it to work, and I don't know if it's going to work initially out of the box or not. You know, I may have to hook it directly to my TV just to get into settings to get the audio, to get the video settings to work right. I don't know if it'll auto adjust to 1080p for me or not. We'll see what happens. Okay, but we'll play it by ear. We'll have a good day. Black Ops Cold War multiplayer is always a good time, and we're gonna have fun with that until the PS5 arrives, and then the next generation of console gaming will be here. There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks in advance. Today, guys, if you cheer, sub, or tip, yes, I will give you a shout out. Obviously, when I'm playing Black Ops Cold War, I'm not going to be able to give you shout outs live during a multiplayer session unless it's between deaths. So please understand that, but I will do my absolute best to give shout outs, and it seems like it went pretty well when I played the alpha and the beta. So I think I'll be able to. And today, anything is appreciated. Cheers, subs, tips. It is all greatly appreciated no matter what your contribution method may be. If you tip me, it will help me a little bit more because today I have to drop money for Demon's Souls and Spider-Man. So that's another $140 plus tax on top of the already $700 I spent on the PlayStation 5 and the headset. Plus I just dropped $70 plus tax last night on Cold War. So, woo! If you like to help with all that, please tip me today. You know, that would definitely help, especially with the fact that, you know, I basically emptied my bank account over the last day. So, thank you in advance to anyone who contributes. Everything's appreciated. Nothing's expected. Nothing's mandatory. But if you do contribute, I really do appreciate it. All right? Also, please remember, this month of November, we have a sub goal of 825 concurrent subs on the stream. If we hit that on this channel, all right, 825 concurrent subs on this channel anytime this month, all right, I will be doing a special holiday-themed marathon event, all right, and that event will be right before Christmas, and it will be somewhat holiday-themed. I'll be dressed up in holiday-themed attire, meaning like maybe multiple Christmas sweaters. I'll be drinking during this event, some beer, maybe some liquor, some eggnog, and I'll be playing a variety of games. Chances are it'll be some multiplayer games like Black Ops Cold War, maybe some Fall Guys holiday-themed or something, but also games that you guys will be able to nominate. It'll be a hybrid event where it's some games that are nominated by the viewers and some games that are picked by me, all right? I love doing this event. I've done it 3 years running, and people really seem to enjoy it. I'd like to do it again this year, but we have to hit the sub goal. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not subbed to the channel, you're missing out. There's many benefits of being a sub to the channel, including access to over 40, not 4, 40 emotes. Plus, you get a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter. And, of course, you don't have to watch those pesky advertisements when I run ad breaks, all right? So, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, 'tis the season, as they say. If there's someone who you like in the stream and you want to maybe gift them a sub to help them out and say happy holidays, by all means do so. Gifted subs help just as much as you subbing yourself, okay? Fair enough? All right, let's get to shoutouts, because I want to get into gameplay as soon as possible, considering the fact that the Xbox, excuse me, whoa, the Xbox, the PlayStation 5 could arrive at any moment. All right. So, shout out to Golden Colts who did a couple overnight cheers. First one, he said, good luck on the big launch day. Don't forget to say poggers, please. Okay. The fuck that means, I don't know. So thank you for those overnight cheers. 2 hours ago, Guitar Player 1939 was here and resubbed for a whopping 51 months of support. Thank you so much, Guitar Player, for the insanely long-standing support. That is very, very much appreciated. That's over 4 years. Freudian Slit 235 did the first cheer of the day, a 50-bit cheer, and said, pre-stream cheer for Daddy-O. Yes, because the pre-stream had not started yet when he did that cheer. Habib Gaming 203 subscribed for 9 months in a row, said, I'm excited to see you play Cold War. I'm excited to play Cold War. Cool. Last Rambo 341 cheers, said, responding to yesterday's pre-stream, being honest is nice, but being too honest can be detrimental. Company sponsoring you can help you financially. That should be priority and set pride aside. Has nothing to do with pride. It has to do with quality. It has to do with being honest. I am an honest person. I'm a person who feels that he puts out quality content. For me to basically only tell you half truths about the PlayStation 5 for 3 weeks because I got an early copy is not who I am. It would make me feel dishonest, and it would make me actually feel immoral. I'm sorry, that's just who I am. That's why I don't seek out early copies of games. That's why I don't seek out early copies of consoles, despite the fact that I have a very dedicated viewing audience who I influence. I'm an influencer, right? As much as I hate that term, I know I am an influencer. I've been around for 12 years. Almost everyone who does content creation on the internet knows who I am. Whether it's for good or bad reasons, they know who I am. I am a person with notoriety, all right? If I wanted to get a PlayStation 5 early, I could have gotten one. I would have reached out to Sony PR and worked with them and gotten it. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to sit here and be dishonest with you guys for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I need to tell you my opinions on a console. Quite frankly, I probably would have been the first and only person on the internet to tell you guys that they fucked up with the audio and that streamers are going to have a tough time capturing from this thing and getting any kind of quality audio out of it because they removed features. And Sony doesn't want to hear that. Sony doesn't want me to tell you guys that. If I get the console early, they just want me to kiss its butt. That's why I'm not going to do it, okay? Hope you understand that. All right. Alpha Merch has resubscribed for 17 months and says, well, he said DSP PS5, the new emote. By the way, that is a very, very good point. Another reason to subscribe are the new emotes. Me playing the PS5, me eating a bug snack, or me dressed up for Call of Duty. 3 new emotes that have just been added in the past week and a half, so check it out, all right? Shook Ones, tip me $2, big, first tip of the day. He says, I played Assassin's Creed Valhalla on my PS5 last night. It runs buttery smooth. Well, that sounds good, Shook Ones. Thank you for the $2 tip. Appreciate that. And yes, the next time I play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it absolutely will be on my PlayStation 5. There's no reason for me to be playing it on PS4 since I have the free upgrade, right? Excuse me. Frosty the Snail Man just resubscribed for 12 months. That's a full year of support, Frosty the Snail Man. Thank you very much. Captain K-Man did a 100-bit cheer, which is the biggest cheer of the day. So let's get Captain K-Man up on the leaderboard here. Shit. Captain K-Man 4201. Freudian Slit cheered again and said, I appreciate you explaining how Amazon deliveries work so expectations aren't unrealistic. Right. Just because it's out for delivery doesn't mean I'm even getting it in the next, few hours. It could be the end of the day. These trucks are loaded up with deliveries. Literally, this truck is probably just PlayStation 5s going out to deliver for this area. And I wouldn't be shocked if I get it late. I might not get it in time for the second stream. It might be just the tail end of today's streams where we get to do it. Or it could show up in the next hour. Who knows? That's, it's kind of a ongoing suspense all day long. We'll have to see. Rusty Shackleford has hit me $5, which is the biggest tip of the day so far. And he says, motherfuckers be playing Call of Duty Cold War, but won't pick up their call when it's their duty to go to war when it's cold. Huh? They won't pick up their call when it's their duty to go to war when it's cold? What the fuck does that mean? I'm as confused as you guys. I have no idea what he's referencing. Zero. Anyway. Thank you for the $5 tip, Rusty. I think your insider reference has gone completely over everyone's head. I don't think a single person understands what you just said. Frenel is just cheered. He says, we're ready, Lord Philip. What is the first game going to be? The first game is going to be the first game that I've said would be the first game for as long as I've been talking about what first game would be the first game on PlayStation 5. The first game that will be the first game to be played on my PS5 and have the honor of being the first game played will be Bug Snacks. God damn it. Frenel cheered again. He said, hope you had a good night's sleep. And Jasper was behaving himself. Big Wig, Big Things 12 was massively excited. I hope you guys are massively excited. I'm massively excited. All right. Jerry did 100-bit cheers between $70 new releases, the headset situation, no support for 1440p monitors. Sony continues its anti-consumer ways. See, 1440p will not affect me in the least. But the headset thing does. Oh my god, the headset, that's terrible. I am getting a brand new console today that I spent $550 for, because yes, you got to factor in tax. And I'm going to have worse audio than I had on my PlayStation 4 that I'm about to play right now for Black Ops Cold War. If I play Black Ops Cold War right now, I get surround sound. When I play it on my PS5, I don't. Right? What? Wow. That's the next generation of gaming. Worse quality. Not very smart. But I don't know what to say besides they skimped. They wanted to cram in as much graphical capability to tout that the games look good, and then they forgot about audio fidelity. I just don't understand that. But we'll talk about it when it shows up. I don't want to talk about it at length here on the pre-stream. Bacon Plays tipped me $1, so if you get the console before the stream's over, you keep playing Cold War all day as a PS5 game. No, not all day. I told you. When the PlayStation 5 shows up, that takes priority. Hooking it up, doing stuff with it. Black Ops Cold War can wait. It's going to be played regardless as a PS5 game. Luke Consta tipped me $1. Said, listening to your stream while playing Borderlands 2, I cannot wait to see you unbox your PS5. Sadly, I couldn't get it, so I hope that you're going to enjoy it. Thank you very much, Luke Consta. You know, and that's, I mean, is it disappointing to me as a gamer that I didn't get it on launch day? Yes, but it's not a big deal. It's more disappointing to me that I couldn't cover it for you guys on launch day because it's my job. You know, this screw up from Amazon because I updated my payment method to be correct is ludicrously stupid, but Amazon did compensate me for it, so I'm not going to complain. They did make up for it as a way of saying we're sorry. So they did the right thing, you know. Glitch Crazed resubscribed for 31 months. Thank you, Glitch Crazed, for the ongoing support. Horatio Razalon did a 100-bit cheer and says, these bits cannot be used for purchase daring products. What? Well, first of all, that is correct because bits do not have any monetary value, ladies and gentlemen, as per the rules and regulations of Twitch. We all know that. But I don't know why you specifically would say I can't get dairy products. Maybe you just don't want to hear me burping and farting. Maybe that's it. That's it. Dooley has cheered. He says, have a great stream. Playing this on Series X, I do appreciate the keyboard and mouse support on that console. If you're talking about Black Ops Cold War, I saw there are keyboard and mouse settings in the game itself, but I don't know if you can actually have a keyboard and mouse work natively with PS4 or PS5. So, but I'll be going with controller. Although I am gonna up. I already did. I upped my sensitivity settings. By default, they're on like 4. I turned them to 8. So I'm hoping that's going to help me. Maybe it'll be too sensitive and I'll have to down it again. But I upped my sensitivity because I felt it was a little sluggish by default in the beta. Dizzlin resubscribed for 5 months. He says, if people call K-pop K-poop, why didn't people call classic rock classic cock? I don't know. But he says, love you, Phil. Thank you. Big Old Bean 13 tipped me $4.20. Says, me and my girlfriend love watching your streams. PlayStation 5 high. Thank you, Big Old Bean, for a $4 tip. I appreciate that. Time for a good old session of classic cock. Right here on The Burn, 95.05 FM. Oh, my God. JD3450 tipped me $5. He says, extremely excited to see your reaction to the PlayStation 5. The only negative thing I have to say is Miles Morales. There's times when the frame rate does drop. The only way to fix it is to reload to the last checkpoint. Much love from Canada. Interesting. Will we have these kind of issues? I'm curious to see. Will this happen on multiple games? Is it just Miles Morales? It's launch day. Well, it's the day after launch day, but it's my launch day, and it's time for us to try to delve into these issues and see what the hell's going on. Right? All right. Freudian Slit cheered and said, can you force someone to gift me a sub? Absolutely not. Doodly Dread just gifted a sub to Dacky Smurf. Congratulations, Dacky Smurf. Guilty Spurk just tipped $1 and said, when are you starting Demon Souls? Excited to see you revisit the game. I don't know. Again, depends on when the PS5 shows up. Depends on time constraints. I can tell you at this point, it's definitely going to happen tomorrow. If it doesn't happen today, it will definitely happen tomorrow. People are going to want to see Demon Souls. And like I said, tomorrow is a day where I'm not even having a set schedule. I'm leaving it wide open for people to determine what they want. Live on the stream, they can pick. Do you want to see this game, that game? We'll have probably votes for people to vote on what game they want to see and go from there. Okay? Internet Famous McCroy gifted a sub to Drunk Delivery Guy. Congratulations to the Drunk Delivery Guy who will drop my PlayStation 5 and smash it into a million pieces. And thank you, Internet Famous McCroy, for the sub. Frenelich cheers. I watched 2 hours of ads to get you 150 bits. Hope you appreciate it. You're my favorite streamer. I do appreciate it, and thank you, Frenelich. I hate advertisements, and so do you, I'm sure. Dominova did 100-bit cheers. I know you're set on Bug Snacks. You should do Astro first. It's a great intro to the DualSense controller. It's made specifically to show it off. Ladies and gentlemen, I've thought about this, and the answer is I will... No! No, no, no! It's going to be Bug Snacks first before I play anything. Just like I promised. Homemade Authentic Viewer just cheered and said, I don't understand how asking Sony for a PlayStation 5 is a bad thing. You're a streamer. Maybe they would give you one for free. I don't understand how that's a bad thing. Well, I don't know if the streamers who, or the, I shouldn't say streamers, the influencers who received early PlayStation 5s, I don't think they keep them. I think those are considered review consoles, and they're giving them to play the games early and be able to put out review content, but I'm almost positive they don't keep those, because everyone who I saw who got those then went and bought another one. Like, there's people who they've been talking about PS5 and done review content for 3 weeks, yet they all celebrated, oh, my PS5 arrived today. So I get the feeling those are, like, loaner consoles, and then they have to return them, okay? But in addition, why would I want to do that and then not be honest about the console? It's not like it's not saving me any money. It's just I get to cover it earlier, okay? Let's see here. Internet famous McCroy just gifted us up to Code Vein Virgin. Code Vein Virgin. That's a good one. Thank you for the gifted sub. Connor X crashed at 100 bit cheers to Amazon better not screw this delivery up. By the way, do you plan on transferring the content from your PS4 to PS5? There's no need. There's this thing called the internet. And all you need to do is basically back up your game saves, which is exactly what I'm going to do. When the PS5 arrives, I will, as the last thing that I do here, I will back up my game saves for Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Cold War, and Genshin Impact. I'll back all those up to the cloud, and then I will swap over to PS5, and if I download those games on PS5, I just reload the saves from the cloud, and we're done. There is no reason to physically transfer games whatsoever. In fact, I think that would be more prone to errors, quite frankly. So I'm just going to do it internet-wise. Ramses Dev gifted a sub to Wings of Nire. Congrats, Wings of Nire. Thank you, Ramses Dev. Super Batcat gifted a sub to 6@O Gaming, or maybe it's supposed to be Gato Gaming. Congratulations, and thank you, Super Batcat. Camaro87 did a 100-bit cheer and said, Phil, what do you think of the release? Oh, I just think about the release all day long. I don't even know what you're talking about, but thank you for the cheer, Camaro. I think his message got cut off, actually. Henry is here, did 50-bit cheer, and says, recently there have been many big content creators saying they will cap their tips at $5. They encourage the same to smaller creators. That's stupid. Yes, larger creators who already have million-dollar contracts to stream and don't need your tips at all have capped their tips at $5. Good for them. They don't need your tips at all. And in fact, the fact that they're even accepting a fucking tip is probably dishonest because they don't need your money. Smaller creators need your support because they deal with crowdfunding. This is how they pay their bills. This is how they afford the things for their streams. It would be stupid to cap it. So you have to understand the difference. People do this all the time. Phil, why don't you do the same thing as this giant streamer who's about 400 times bigger than you? Because they're rich and I'm not. There's your answer. Let's see here. Ramses Dev did a 500-bit cheer. That's the biggest cheer of the day. Let's get Ramses Dev up on the leaderboard. Oops. Okay. And he says, please play Bug Snacks. It's a legitimately good game. I am playing Bug Snacks. It's the first game I'm playing on PlayStation 5. I don't know how people aren't understanding this yet. I am playing Bug Snacks as the first game on PlayStation 5. Okay? I am. Freudian Slit just cheered and said, that Anonymous gifted us up to Freudian. Congratulations to Freudian. Thank you always to Anonymous. Well, he didn't, did he? No, he didn't. You're a liar. You're a filthy, dirty liar. Internet famous McCroy just cheers at Rest in Peace Hype Train. Well, there was a Hype Train. I didn't call it out because I was still giving shout-outs, so I didn't even notice, but there was a Hype Train on the stream, and it actually was successful. So that's good. So thank you to guys who did contribute to the Hype Train, but it already ended, so it's not worth mentioning now. Cashmere Goat gifted us up to I Am Razor. Congrats, I Am Razor, and thank you, Cashmere Goat. Kuko did 100-bit cheers to any chargebacks, Phil. Not in the last, well, I'm trying to remember. I don't think in the last day or so. Although I did have a $200 chargeback 2 or 3 days ago, and I didn't even mention it on the stream because I was just so disgusted that I just didn't care anymore. Yeah, I got another $200 chargeback. This was one from September. which sucks. I thought all the ones from September were done. But apparently this is another one. That was before I had identified that this person who was doing the false tips was doing it. And yeah, isn't that nice? But I'm not going to sit here and dwell on it. It just sucks that it happened. Yep. But that's life. At this point, it seems like chargebacks are just going to be a normal part of life for me. Marita Lucina has tipped me $13.33, which is the biggest tip of the day, and says, did you buy the cross-gen bundle? Why do you not include the cents in the tips counter? If you mean cross-gen bundle for Black Ops, yes, because I knew I was going to only be playing this once on Lucina. I knew I was only going to be playing this game once on PS4 before I converted over to PS5, so I absolutely bought that because I wanted to be able to just easily transfer it right over, which I'm going to do. It's $10 extra, but hey, buying the game on PS5 was $10 more anyway, so no extra anyway. Now, why don't I include cents in the tips counter? 2 reasons. First of all, because there are transaction fees on PayPal. So every time you guys send me a tip, PayPal takes a chunk out of it. Usually it's more than the cents that you guys send in your tips. So even though I say, okay, for example, Marita Lucina just did a $13 tip, and I do record it as $13.33. That's what it actually was. But then I only add $13 to the tip skull. Why? There's no way I'm getting that 33 cents. Absolutely, PayPal's taking that money. And then they're actually taking even more than that. In this case, with the $13 tip, they probably took like maybe $1.50 or something like that, maybe $2 out of it. But I don't know. I'm not going to sit here tracking that. I just type in an estimate. You know, everything here is an estimate. Nothing here is financially exact. That's why it's hilarious when my dumb fuck trolls try to add numbers together and say, you see, Phil made this much on this day and this much on this day. They don't know the PayPal fees. They don't know how many things get charged back on a daily basis. They're just fucking morons, okay? But that's why. The other thing is, can you imagine trying to track every tip by cents? I mean, I have to sit here with a fucking ledger like I'm an accountant, typing numbers out with fucking receipt tape shooting out into the sky, trying to figure out every single little calculation for cents and stuff. I'm not going to do that. All right. Fruits07 cheered and said, I'm not playing Miles Morales till PS5. I bought it, but I'm not playing it yet. Yeah, and that's why people were like, are you going to play Bug Snacks? Are you going to play Miles Morales? No. I'm just waiting for the PS5 to show up. One God, one Jesus tipped me $5 and said, my heart goes out to you. Jesus is watching over you and will protect you from harm. Well, thank you very much. I'm not a religious dude, and I certainly am not going to toss my hat into any religious ring on my gameplay stream, but I do say thank you for that contribution, and that is a very positive sentiment. Thank you. Shook Ones tipped me $2, said, PSA to Phil and everyone else, the PS5 box is heavier than it looks, so don't just trust that handle. The handle can snap. Luckily, I held my PS5 above my head, and everything was fine. Just giving everyone a heads up. All right, you certainly don't want to be looking at thing around your house, have the handle snap, the box crash to the floor, the console break into several pieces, right? That would be very bad, especially because from what I'm understanding, they went environmentally friendly with the packaging of this console. They took a minimalist approach, which is good for the environment and bad for your console if you drop it. So, fair enough. Be careful. Ugly Tuna Roll just tipped me $1 that I just platinumed Astro's Playroom. Gotta say, it's pretty awesome. Short game, but very cool. Cheers. Thank you very much, Ugly Tuna Roll, for the tip and for that heads up. And what the hell did I just do? We are at $40. I said $40 in tips today so far. Thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to shout-outs. Now, here, I gotta say something. I apologize because something happened with Twitch yesterday that no one can explain. For some odd reason, the leaderboards that track top cheerers of the week and top sub-gifters of the week reset yesterday. And no one seems to know why. I checked my settings. It wasn't anything I did. My settings were still set up that this should be running for a week, and it starts on Monday and ends on Sunday. So I have no idea why the leaderboards reset. So this leaderboard is very much inaccurate because it erased everything from Monday, Tuesday, and half of Wednesday and Thursday. I don't know why it did that. So, apologies in advance that this is not accurate, but shout out to the top contributors of the week so far. We got Freudian Slick, Captain K-Man, Timbo, Super Blind Man, and Major Riot, who did 200-bit cheers. We got Henry, who did 250 bits, Spartan King at 300, Ramses, Devin, Instar, Rune, and Rob on Wheels, each with 500 bits. Even though I know people did more, that's what we got on the leaderboard. Thanks to everyone who gifted subs this week, including Kashmir Ghost, Super Batcat, Ramses Dev, Doodly Dread, Diocletian, Django Pops, and the Alcoholic Mormon, and of course, Internet Famous McCroy, who apparently is gifted 2, although I get the feeling people gifted more than that. I just deleted. I don't know. Okay. Monster Steve, resubscribe for 5 months and enjoy your PS5. Thank you, Monster Steve. I appreciate that. Timbo Slice Cheers. I'm not sure if you heard it. Spider-Man's completely messing up people's PlayStation 5 systems bad. And they're needing to reformat their hard drives. I'm not playing it until it's fixed. I'm not listening to that nonsense. This has not been a widespread problem. It has not been widely reported on the internet at all. So, just because there's a rumor that happened to a few people does not mean that it's some kind of a giant thing. And I'm not worried about it. I'm seriously not. If maybe there's an official message that goes out, I'll listen to it, but I'm not too worried about that. All right? Then again, I'm not going to be sitting here just playing Spider-Man. I'm going to be playing a variety of games, so it probably will not affect me anyway. I love Hulk Hogan's Click. How clever. I wonder what they were actually trying to say. Just subscribe to the channel. That's actually his full name. His full name is I love Hulk Hogan's Click. How clever. I wonder if that's actually what they were trying to say. That's the full name of their account on Twitch, just so you guys know. Freudian Slit cheered again and said, I don't want to share spots on the leaderboards with cheering plebs. Love you. Well, now, Freudian Slit, you are now tied for 4th place with Spartan King, so you're still tied. Sorry, you're still at a tie. Alright, guys. Let's take a break, because I've got to use the restroom. When we come back, it's the premiere gameplay of Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, if it works. I hope it does. So we'll take a brief break here for that, and then when we come back, some fun multiplayer until the PS5 arrives. Will it show up on this first stream? Will it show up on the second stream? Will it show up a week from Tuesday? Considering it's out for delivery today, you would think it would show up today, but I guess there's no guarantees. Right? Alright. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. I shall see you in just a few minutes. Alright? Thanks, guys. I'll be back.